So guys, I just want to point out some pretty neat features of this brand new Lightning V2. I'm a big fan of this scooter. There are a couple of things I don't like, and we'll talk about that shortly too. But first and foremost, these magnificent dual 1600 watt motors. Oh my god, this thing gets cracking. And if we just move up here, this stem clamp is absolutely the best in the business. Now this thing is actually patented, which means no one can copy it. Cough cough. That thing works so well, and it holds that stem. There's not a slightest bit of wobble in that stem at all. Righto. Let's come around something else I'm really impressed with. Check out this display, gang. Now that is in broad daylight, and you can see, well, I'm hoping that you can see the display well with the camera, but that's in broad daylight, and that display is bright as. Visible in daylight, gives you access to all your basic information. Now one thing that I'm not a big fan of, gang, is this thumb throttle. Now, you can't actually go in and adjust the settings in this scooter. So they basically come from the factory pretty much set to maximum everything. And this throttle is either all on or all off. So yeah, not a big fan of that. We're actually going to put a twist grip throttle on this one and see if that improves it somewhat. Now also, just come around down here. Fantastic hydraulic brakes. Now I have to say these are some of the best brakes in the business, and this scooter does stop very well. Just one more thing I'm not a big fan of though is that these are marketed as an off-road scooter, obviously because of the speed they do, and they come with off-road tyres. Now for the bulk of the riding that we do here at Scootmasters, we do a lot of pavement riding and a lot of path riding. The off-road tyres aren't really suited to that, so we're actually going to get a set of road tyres fitted to this one, and I think that will make it a completely different scooter to ride. Hey, one other thing that I love about this, look at this, guys. See this neat little latch here? Check this out. Look at that. Locks down. I do like this scooter, I have to tell you. Also got a nice sturdy footrest that you can actually use as a footrest. So unlike a lot of the cheaper Dragons, the GTR series, the GTS series, the footrests are a little bit hopeless on those. They're not actually really a footrest. I think they call them a parcel tray. I've got to say though, this scooter is under $3,000, gang. Now, it's a whole lot of scooter for that sort of money, I've got to tell you, under $3,000. And as a matter of fact, they're quite a bit under $3,000. I think they come in at about $27.99, something like that, 2,800 bucks. So they've got a 24 amp hour battery in them, gang, and that seems to give us a range, or gives me a range of about 50 or 60 kilometres. Now I'm a fat prick, I'm 100 kilos, so you know, it's certainly got the range, certainly got the power. Let me tell you, I had a whole ton of fun riding this the other day. We were lair rising, and I was giving this thing a flogging. And you can literally smoke that front tyre up when you hit that gas. I've got to tell you, it's good fun. One more huge important thing about this scooter. Come around here and check out, firstly, check out this headset. Look how solid this is. Unbelievable. This thing is never ever going to break and never ever going to let you down. But more importantly, did I just spit everywhere all over you guys then? I think I did. More importantly, these shocks are fully adjustable. Now this one is set for a 100 kilo rider, and it is perfect. Around the back here, gang, exactly the same. Hydraulic suspension, fully adjustable. Now these are features that you do not find on scooters for under $3,000. You just don't find them. So the only issue they've got now, they're available exclusively from Bike Scooter City, and I have to say, a lot of the design of these scooters, these aren't a clone or a copy of anything. These were built and designed from the ground up, and a lot of the design work was actually done here in Brisbane, in Australia, believe it or not. Fantastic. So you're not going to find clone copies of these out there. Yes, they do market them under a different name in the Northern Hemisphere, but they're literally one of a kind. Now the only issue that Bike Scooter City have, and that is the only place that you can buy these scooters here in Australia, I'll drop the link down here. The only issue that Bike Scooter City have got is that they've got no stock. Certainly the first shipment they brought over was gone in about 48 hours. They do have more coming though, gang. Alright, $2,799, I believe. That's the price, available exclusively from Bike Scooter City. Righto, we're going to ask Mr. Kell what his thoughts are on this scooter now. Woohoo! Morning, Mr. Kell.
Morning, Pete. How are you?
Happy Sunday, mate.
Thank you. Happy Sunday to you.
Look at that thing. The Dragon Lightning V2. So, Kell, you got a chance to do some kilometres on that yesterday, didn't you?
I did a couple, yes.
Dual 1600 watt motors, mate.
It's a monster. Yeah.
Oh my God, it gets going, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Were you finding one of the biggest issues was that you kept smoking the front tyre up?
No, not for me.
Woo-hoo!
No, I never had that issue.
I did. So, mate, what do we think of the suspension? I really like the fact that it's fully adjustable. Did you find it smooth to ride?
I think it's a nice ride. Yeah, considering the weight of the animal itself. I think the suspension holds us well, and it holds me well, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's certainly, in my opinion, the best Dragon scooter ever produced, I believe. So, dual 1600 watt motors, 24 amp hour battery. Mate, what did you think of that LCD display? Could you see that in broad daylight?
Yeah, you can.
Interestingly enough, and I discussed this in the walk around, you can't actually change any of the settings, so that's a bit disappointing, isn't it?
That is one thing that I'm disappointed about, yeah. The older settings, old trigger settings, you can adjust your P settings. It helps. With this thing you cannot.
Apparently Dragon are working on a workaround, whether it's going to be via Bluetooth or a phone app or whatever. Apparently you will be able to change the settings at some stage down the track. They're a little bit hush-hush about all that yet. Hey, mate, one thing I love about the scooter, and I'm keen to hear your thoughts on, that patented stem clamp.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it works, it's easy to use.
And it holds the stem steady.
Yeah.
One of our members was commenting something about they were finding they were having a little bit of stem wobble with their Lightning. I don't know. None of the four that were there yesterday were having any issues with stem wobble.
No.
And that thing locks as tight as a drum. Mate, the front headset and the front swing arm look very, very solid. Do you think they're ever going to break?
Oh, geez, I don't know. I hope not. But I guess that'll be the test, won't it, and how long we can ride it for.
Yeah, how long we can ride it for. Mate, everyone already knows my thoughts on this, but what are your thoughts on that throttle?
Which part? Oh, I'm not a big fan of the thumb either. I much prefer the trigger.
And it's either all on or all off, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a little bit short, I think. But yeah, man, it's okay. Yeah, it's better than twist grip. I don't like the twist grip at all.
No, so Kel doesn't like the twist grip, and I'm actually going to Mr. Kel's going to pick the twist grip to this this afternoon because I prefer that, and we're hoping that it's going to make the torque a little bit more linear because man, it's all or nothing with the throttle. That's how I find it anyway.
Yeah. In dual motor, it wants to kick.
It does.
It loves kicking.
And mate, what about the deck width?
Yeah, I like it. It's there's lots of room. With both feet on, and I like to ride the tail too. I like to ride the kick, so it gives me heaps of room. It's quite stable actually. Yeah. It's a big machine.
It is a big machine, but it's under $3,000. That's the kicker.
Yeah,
and under $3,000,
and it comes standard with hydraulic brakes. That's cool.
24 amp hour battery, hydraulic brakes, and I believe it's about $2,800.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a good price.
Only available from Bike Scooter City. Once again, I'll put the link down there. So verdict out of 10, mate. I'd give it about an 8 out of 10. That's what I'd give it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
8 out of 10. Yeah, perfect.
It's a nice number.
You're certainly not going to buy a more powerful or faster scooter for under $3,000, in my opinion. And if there is one out there, let me know. Righto, mate. Well, it's a beautiful day. Let's go scooting.
Let's go.
See you guys. We're going scooting.
Now the curtain starts to rise. Jimmy got shot by his pregnant wife for bringing such shame into their lives. She cut him short with a dirty old rusty knife. This is too much information. You're telling me things I don't want to know. Too much information. You're murdering the magic on your monster show. She comes hanging out her dirty washing. Won't miss a chance to present the latest stubborn way. It didn't stop her making 18 aberrant kids. This is too much information. You're telling me things I don't want to know. Too much information. You're murdering the magic on your monster show. Move to replace his legs with caterpillar tracks and a cylinder head.